Hi there guys, it's Alec here. Today I want to spend some time to show you what a consolidated environment looks like and what ultimately how it's built and the whole architecture around it. So firstly, this is a consolidation out of any Pastel Partner, Pastel Xpress or Sage 50 cloud database environment. So let's start off with the picture over here. As you know that in a Pastel environment you can set up multiple companies in one environment, and that basically means that you've got databases that builds out of every company that's set up and that you transact to. So that makes for isolated databases, and when you want to try and consolidate it, it often is a very cumbersome exercise to bring it all together to see a holistic picture of the group. And that often also is the way we kind of get there is we do it in a manual way. We export and then we start consolidating, and when we want to rerun a report or do an updated report, it's another manual exercise or a fairly slow exercise. So what we do is we build a consolidated database environment. This is all done automatically for the users, and we enrich this database with multiple fields, and then what we can do from that, we can then extract or open up a MyBI, which is the automated BI and management accounts environment, and then a MyVAT, which also is a consolidated VAT environment or a budget which sits in MyBI, and I'll show that to you now. So I'm going to quickly pop over to a MyBI demo environment. Now in this environment we've got 3 companies, so we can have multiple, many more, but this is just 3. I think for this purpose it will actually serve us quite well. But then we're going to specifically focus on the dashboard and the income statement, just the features on a consolidated environment and how it kind of really helps us to think holistically. All right, so let me pop over to that. So here it is. Okay, so this is a demo environment, as I said, with 3 companies. From just a timing perspective, you've got environments in here that runs from 1900's opening balances. And then it starts at 2021-03, which is March 2021, and it goes on to 2023-02. And the reason why it's 2023-02 February, which currently it's actually August 22, is because we've got the budgets in here as well. So you can budget in Pastel for the current year and for next year. So this could have been up to 2024, February 2024. Okay. So let's pop over to the dashboard first, as I said. So over here, you'll see this is a consolidated view. And I'm going to slightly zoom in here because I think this is going to help you just to see what ultimately is visible and have the holistic picture you get from here. So let me zoom in a little bit more. Okay, firstly, on the left-hand side here, you see a document steering wheel. So it ultimately is going to tell you how many quotes you've got open, what is the aging of those quotes, how many customers you've got in the database. This is the consolidated database. How many sales orders you've got open, how many purchase orders you've got open, and over here you've got your working capital bubbles telling you what your debtors is, what your credit, your cash flow is, or your cash book balances, what is your creditors balances, and your inventory. And this is your month-to-month trends. Okay, it tells you month-to-month how you've done the income statement. The black line, for instance, that is your actual sales. The blue here, this kind of like colored in area environment, that's your GP, and then there's these gray columns, those are all net profits or losses. And these stepped lines, those are actually your budgets. So if you've captured budgets, I'm going to zoom out slightly, you can actually see the budgets over here. So you see how it extends over to the 2023 year, the 12th period, although we're currently only in the 8th period of 2023 financial year. So that's your budget. Those are all in stepped lines, and the actuals are reflected in solid environments or solid lines. Okay, so now when you kind of like transpose them or just put them together, you get this nice feeling as to where you're trying to go and how you fared against your sales year to date, and then obviously GP, and these stepped columns over here, that's your net profit. Also it's in this little this reference guide on the right. And then you can also quickly go to any of these environments and see the detail as to how each of these data are made up. So you're going to analysis, and you're going to go to your credits analysis, or you can go to your cash flow statement or your cash book. This is also new as a cash book analysis environment. And then if you want to see each company on its own, you can quickly filter and go through each. You'll see then it actually changes everything just for that one company, and you update it with specific information of that company. All right. Then you can also actually view branches here. If you've got branches, you can say, well, just show me the branch information. So you can also go and map in branches based on your actual general ledger structure or account structure. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go over to the income statement. So you can go into the income statement via a few routes. You can either click over all the environments that shows you income statement values. That will be in month to date, year in these trends, or year to date. So let me click over there, and I'm going to go into the income statement. Okay, so now it just is going to show me a income statement with a lot of enriched fields, etc. Okay, so now you can see it's packed it neatly for me. In this environment, I can actually see that things have been future dated. I can see on the 7th period there's already been capturing in the 7th period, which is September. We're only in August now, and the 10th period, which would be December, and we're only in August. So that immediately is just a true reflection of what has happened. Now over at the top here, you've got some nice slices which will help you sift and understand your data a little bit better. So for instance, if I go and I say, well, just show me, the branch 3R, it will only show the income statement that's been allocated to this 3R. And then you can go to branch CO and so forth. You can go to anyone. And these calculations on the right hand side will change. It ultimately will tell you, well, what is my actual my percentage of sales, what is my variance, and what is my variance percentage, and has it gone up or down. Right, now you've also got a entity category, what entities, so you can categorize your entities, and you can also go and slice by them, and you can say, well, just show me the entities, for instance, with the category BUSI, and then it will only show you the revenues or the expenses that's been actually captured against those businesses with that specific category. So it helps you to quickly analyze your data and see how you're selling to each of these categories. All right. Now the one towards the right, this last one, gives you a nice insight to say, but I want to see my item category. So your item category will also be allocated and enriched in the data. As I said, the data that we build in the back end with that consolidated database. And now you can see item categories, and you can quickly go and say, well, I just want to see what this category, how we fared on that specific item. All right, or that category of items, let's rather say that. And you also have a slicer here for your specific company. So you can go to company 2 and say, well, what does that look like versus a company 3 or a company 1, and you can go and basically quickly toggle between any of these companies on this holistic view. The other thing also that's available for you is you can quickly copy this to Excel if you wanted to make some notes. You can't make notes inside of the app. Just try to type there. You'll see actually it prohibits me. And you can also see the previous year months. If you open those months, you can see all months that actually added up. So now you can start referencing months against each other year to year. You can hide away those months again. And the last thing is also, if you start opening up some of these, you can actually see a lot of detail. So I can quickly go and say, well, show me my sales, or let's go to something like bank charges. You'll see it's going to tell me, okay, bank charges. So how was it posted? All posted to Cashbook 1, and etc. And you can actually see different kind of ways to view your various data to try and help you quickly analyze. So that's a consolidated environment, and there's a lot more in the app, but from a data analysis point of view, there's a lot of assistance immediately available for you to immediately start and analyze, to start analyzing and give value or feedback to your teams and make the right decisions from there. All right, guys, I hope you found this valuable, and please ask if you have any more questions. Thanks, guys. Bye.